You're steadily and constantly evolving. July 26, 2013. With greetings and love from the entirety of our collective, we are the Ascended Masters speaking with the dear Hathors of Earth's solar astral planes. We speak together with humanity at this time to offer you love and peace throughout the struggle of your daily lives. We wish for you, dear souls, to see the beauty of your existence and the perfection of your being in every moment, as we hope to help soften the hardest shells that have been built around so many earthly souls who've only known and felt the density they've seen around them for so long. The entire collective is awakening to the reality of spirit, and those of you who've awakened ahead of time are helping others see the impetus to themselves awaken underneath their surface, which will of course help them to awaken at their surface. In the realms of spirit, you are performing so very much for the ascension of the earth. You're helping to awaken the collective by working with the collective energies as they've existed on your world for so very long. As the dear Hathors have been fond of reminding you, you've transmuted the bulk of collective negativity and density that's been manifested upon your surface, and you stand in this moment as glimmering examples of higher dimensional souls incarnate on the earth. Just beginning. You performed the most wondrous feat that could be performed in anchoring so much exponential light to the surface and core of dear Gaia, and your collective has benefited enormously from your efforts up to this point. We wish to address the feelings in many of you that your missions are only beginning, as well as the idea that the wholeness and satisfaction you're finding with your existence is just beginning. We say that both feelings are true, as you're growing into a greater expansion of yourselves in every way. You're growing to understand the spirituality of your existence and the realms of full consciousness you've come from, and as you open up and maintain an active link to your home realms, a great sense of happiness and satisfaction with your personal experience begins to emerge. When this sense of wholeness with oneself and one's life emerges, they too are able to emerge and greet those around them with the warmth of the Creator, and with the glimmering happiness of a soul who's discovered themselves in every facet. You're growing to discover yourselves as you come to discover things about your outward realities that could otherwise bring you down or keep you in states of unhappiness or dissatisfaction. As you perceive things about your realities that you know not to be in alignment with the realms of consciousness you're growing toward, so too are you uncovering aspects of yourselves that haven't benefited you in your growth. The various mechanisms and tendencies humans have fed on the earth have helped you along your third-dimensional existence, but such mechanisms aren't prevalent or necessary in the realms of full consciousness. If we could only communicate the constant harmony and bliss accompanying existing in the higher dimensions, then you'd understand why the various earthly mechanisms and tendencies that resonate with the earth's lower realms are not prevalent here. Vanished distortions. Along with those mechanisms, the separation, strife, injustice and unhappiness fed on the earth vanish as well. A complete and unhindered bliss one sees, feeling the constant good vibrations of these brimming realms in every moment, and when feeling these vibrations, the possibility of experiencing anything more distorted than them simply doesn't exist. Indeed, we're able to funnel ourselves down to lower realms of consciousness if we wish to feel the energies associated with such realms, but beyond a desire to incarnate on lower dimensional worlds to help the civilizations of such worlds evolve, we choose not to venture away from the realms we exist in, lest we wish to travel further onward into realms of consciousness purer than those we currently perceive. We indeed exist on our own individual realms and octaves of consciousness, and we masters come from various and unique realms, and have united in service to the Creator and to every soul we seek to uplift with the light of Source. This light guides our way, and is a very real energy that works with love to keep realities sustained on their respective frequencies. The process of overseeing the energies creating and sustaining your reality will be explained by the dear Hathors, who we will now step back to let speak. The Hathors speak. With immense appreciation to the dear collective of masters who've spoken before us, we are the Hathors of Earth's solar astral planes. We will indeed venture into a discussion of the process that is funneling the energies down, creating and sustaining your reality, and specifically, we'd like to inform you of the roles you play in such funneling down. As we've said fruitfully, we send down the energies sustaining your realities after receiving them from entities stationed in the realms of your sun. We send those energies down to lower realms, after distorting their natural purity so that they'll match the realms we're sending them to. There are plenty of earthly realms between ours and yours, and as such, beings stationed within those realms receive the energies from us, just as we receive them from the entities within your sun, and themselves distort their purity before sending them down to further and further distorted planes of consciousness. Eventually, when sufficiently distorted in purity, these energies reach you, dear souls, through Gaia's planetary chakras, which you'll come to know as the energy gates opening in her skies and within many of her large caverns and mountains. These gates receive the energies creating and sustaining your realities, and help us and the various other beings such energies are sent to, before they're given to your realities, to steadily decrease the nature to which we distort them each time they're sent down. We understand that we're venturing into complex territory, but we attempt now and have attempted to explain this aspect of the process in as easy and understandable of a way as possible. We, as well as the beings between your realms and ours who receive and dim the energies you receive, are working to decrease the distorted nature of this energy with each time we funnel it down, which means that we're decreasing its purity slightly less each time it's given. Again, we've discussed this aspect of the process, as well as the overall process it's attached to, quite fruitfully. We continue to do so to expand further upon this process and to tell you what the continual decrease in the distortion accompanying this energy means for you, dear souls. You're constantly evolving. What this essentially means for you, who are taking these energies and absorbing them when they're funneled through Gaia's planetary chakras, is that you're steadily and constantly evolving, in every moment. We do not exaggerate or attempt to paint this communication with glittery words when we say this, dear souls. You're evolving in every moment. Your perception of the realms of spirit are growing, and you're finding yourselves more enlightened with each linear second that passes by. Take a few deep breaths, dear souls, and ask to feel the increasingly pure vibrations you're being given. Know and understand that after those few seconds, your consciousness has already lifted. Not necessarily because of your request, which did indeed help, but because the energies you're being given are being decreasingly distorted every time you receive them. We ask, how does it feel to know that your ascension is becoming more and more of a reality in every moment? While we've been performing this process for quite a while, it was intensified exponentially at the end of your year 2012. December 2012 will prove to be remembered by your entire collective, as it will be explained that our missions and the energetic tasks we're assigned to were broadened at the end of that month. You were given a very large boost in consciousness and perception as a collective, and while this hasn't yet become apparent for many of you, we ask you to trust in the inner workings of the divine and know that everything is being taken care of in regards to your individual and collective ascension. This is because of the incredible impetus and motivation you've shown already to perform the wondrous feat for the ascension of the earth that you have, and because of the diligent work being performed by myriad higher dimensional beings and collectives who've been actively fixated upon your earth's ascension for so very long. The Universal Ascension. Souls from all across creation have focused themselves on your beautiful little blue world, because of the importance of the elevation of your collective into a new frame of consciousness, perception and understanding. A few individuals, or even a few thousand individuals, awakening and assisting the collective of humanity in awakening as well, is a very good thing indeed. However, we seek to help your entire populace to awaken, as the energy that'll be manifested from your entire collective finding a new frame of understanding will send shock waves throughout creation and see a plethora of other planets and civilizations able to evolve. The grand event that is the ascension of your universe has only begun to be explained to humanity. Deeper and more intricate discussions regarding your universal ascension will begin to be given through channels, as until now, it's been too complex of an issue for us to attempt to explain. with the increasingly pure energies at work helping you to find enlightenment and an expansion of your perception in ways you haven't imagined. The very large and spectacular event that is and will be the ascension of the universe, as well as plenty of other topics, will become easier for us to explain to you. Simply put, you're coming to understand greater, higher dimensional, spiritual and scientific concepts as you open yourselves up to the purer energies helping you to unlock such understandings. They've always been within you, dear souls, waiting to be uncovered and utilized once again. We'll turn this temple back over to the dear Ascended Masters, as we make our final impressions and express the love we're hoping to offer to each of you absorbing our communication. It's obvious to any one of you reading this that we seek to offer energetic perspectives on the ascension of your Earth and your universe, and we intend to give more information in a future time about your universal ascension and the even bigger roles many of you have already come to play in it. The Earth's ascension is very monumental and important indeed, and will assist in the universal ascension exponentially. The Ascended Masters speak. With so very much love to the dear Hathors, we express appreciation to them and to our dear scribe. In making our final impressions for this communication, we express that you'll continue to find yourselves able to pick up on our impressions as you open up more and find the greater, expanded perceptions mentioned by the dear Hathors. Oh, how we await the time when you can convene with us personally and ask as many questions of us as you want concerning our existence, our origins and our purpose in assisting your and so many other collectives and civilizations to see the light. We ask you to look toward the brimming future you're building in every moment, as we seek to help you enjoy the moment of now you're truly blessed to exist in. We reiterate that pain and frustration will be things of the past when opening oneself up and discovering the miracles of the divine on a full-time basis, as light will permeate every facet of your being when opening yourselves up and maintaining a constant connection to the higher dimensions. It's your right as citizens of the Earth and sparks of the Creator to actively sustain your higher dimensional links from a lower dimensional world, and help the citizens of that world refine and fashion their own links as well. You're each performing this feat for the collective, and the actions of the light worker public in transmuting the bulk of density prevalent and accumulated in your collective consciousness, as well as helping an incredible amount of light to flood through and be felt by every earthly soul, will be widely explained and understood. You're uplifting the collective. It will be explained that a collective of higher dimensional souls have chosen to funnel themselves down and exist on the Earth in an effort to bring light to the Earth's surface and collective consciousness, and to themselves experience the Earth and grow to understand it as they were uplifted and as they uplifted the collective. You're certainly uplifting the collective with your actions, and even though it doesn't seem to be so, we say that you'll see the effects your actions and your presence have had on the Earth so very soon. For so many awakening souls, the earthly experience is getting better and better, while for some, difficulty and strife seem to be at the forefront of their experience. To those who are coming to enjoy their experience more and more, we say to keep walking in your pure Creator light, as you're helping every person around you with the light and exuberance you express to them. To those who continue to grapple with earthly difficulty, we ask you to seek equilibrium when it would seem easier not to. We ask you to seek spirit when the earthly experience seems to pile up or make one forget one's sacred origins, and we ask you to come to a place of stillness in your mind and open up to the frequencies of energy you're receiving. We hope for it to help to know that you're being given increasingly pure energies that are seeing you more evolved by the moment, as the dear Hathors mentioned above. We hope for this to assist those of you who don't feel as if you're making any forward progress, for you certainly are. The pure energies you're being given seek not to invade your free will by making you evolve if you're not ready at your surface, but even at your surface you're evolving. We love you all so very much, and we smile upon you in every moment as we watch you go about your earthly endeavors. Continue to be the brimming conduits for the love of the Creator you've always been, and look out for the reflections in your outward reality of the increasingly pure consciousness growing in humanity. Thank you to the Ascended Masters, and to the Hathors of Earth's solar astral planes. Channeled through Wes Anak. wesanak.com AquariusParadigm.com